Hello, trust that you've been keeping well. My name is The Angel Eve, and I'd like to welcome you to The Angel Arts and Entertainment TV. This is a channel whereby we talk about art, music, and mental health. So today I'm gonna talk about the mental health section, whereby um, we did a section on the topic suicide last week, and I would like to continue with part two of it. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this, and let's be real, people. Uh, I like real conversations. I hope that we can openly discuss about such topics.
When I wake up, I feel cozy, yeah. Can you hold up? Don't need no coffee yet. Got no makeup. How do you look so fine? Bust up, bust up. How did I make you mine? Stay a minute, another minute. Hold on a second, a lover's moment, yeah. Stay a minute.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your feedback. And I am grateful to everyone who is willing to talk about such tough topics as this. And one of the feedback that I got from is that we need to be we need to go straight to the point, especially when it comes to such a topic. It's a hard discussion, it's a hard conversation, and I won't lie, I I also kind of feel uncomfortable sometimes discussing such topics, which is exactly where I'm doing it. Anyway, so I wanted to begin by talking about how do you know that you're not doing well mentally? Let's say when you start having such thoughts. And I think one of the things that brings about such feelings is that you start feeling like the feeling of hopelessness. You don't feel like anyone wants you in this world. You wouldn't do any good here. No one loves you. But in the true sense, I do believe that every single person is loved by one or two people. Just that there are moments where you feel no one really understands you. Every single person has someone that loves them in the world, someone who cares about them, either a close relative, a friend, a colleague, or even kids, you know. And one of the reasons as to why people feel as though they are not needed in the world is first and foremost love. You don't feel loved. You don't feel like anyone will miss you, which I find it's a total lie. And the other reason is purpose. You don't know what your purpose is. You don't think that you have a purpose on earth. But in the true sense, every single person was created with a purpose. There is a reason as to why you were created. For you to know what your purpose is, I tend to believe that you have to have a relationship with God. I know this is something that people really they don't pay that much mind to, you know. But I came to realize that you first of all have to know God really well for Him to be able to reveal what your purpose is on earth. And and creating a relationship with God, it means that you spending time with him, just like any other friendship, and he's the only person who can understand you more than any other person in the world. You have to have a relationship with the creator, because he is the one who created you and he knows why he created you. Second of all, I came to realize is that you see those desires that you have in your heart, those desires that keep you burning, like the reason as to why you wake up in the morning, you have something you really want to achieve. He's the one who created that desire that burns inside you. Yeah. And another thing is that, like, if you leave this earth with how do I place it? If you leave this earth, if you're living in this earth the way he intended you to live, it means that you should live like his child. And God is king. So how does a child of a king live? Yeah. I'm sure we've been following the royal family, and you can see the kind of life they live. They know their privileges. They know what they can do and what they do. They know exactly how they're supposed to live their lives. And if you get to know God, you get to know how he intends you to live. And definitely he is the provider of everything, including those things that you feel like you don't have, and that's the reason why you feel like you're not worthy of living. Yeah. Those are just challenges that you can overcome with his help, and then you'll be able to learn the lesson that he wants you to learn. Okay. And then afterwards, you learn from the mistakes, from the failures, from the defeat. And how you learn is you go through it, like you understand where did you go wrong, what can you do better. And most of the time you find that those lessons are smaller than the accomplishments that they are going to teach you how to win. You see those big wins that you're gonna achieve. The only way you're gonna achieve them is by going through these failures that you're going through right now. Yeah. So go through life knowing that there will be lessons. There are emotions that don't come from God, and they include fear, anxiety, anger, and worry. And how you overcome them is by inviting God in your life. Whenever you feel those things, just talk to him. And guess what? You know what he'll give you? He'll give you courage. He's gonna give you peace. And we underestimate something as small as peace. I used to say, like, I want peace and joy, and until I came to understand, like, how important peace is. You can have physical peace, like your surroundings are peaceful, but you don't have peace of mind. And one of the things that I do when my mind is not giving me peace is, number one, I pray. Number two, I go to YouTube and I listen to audio verses that talk about anxiety and worry. Number three is that there is relaxing music that can help you to meditate online. You can listen to that. Exercise helps me a lot, especially like in giving me the feel good hormones are real, people. You don't have to do like the crazy hits and stuff. Like, take a walk nature. Watch an old movie, uh, sometimes I watch sad movies so that I can cry. Be in touch with your feelings, write, journal, you know. You see that those things that you feel like you can talk to anyone about, write them and then read. Read your voice. It's like you're telling yourself, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through. And then after reading them, you'll come to realize that things ain't that bad. When you read what you've written, you come to realize that things are as bad, like they're so bad in your mind than they are in reality. And then every single person, every single experience you have, there's someone on earth has ever gone through it. So research about it. And there's someone who's written about it, they've talked about it. So you can research online. Research on Google and ask, when this and this is going on, what do I do? As simple as that. Sometimes like you don't feel like talking to someone. You don't feel like you want, you don't feel like they'll understand you. But there's someone out there who has gone through the exact same thing. And maybe what they tell you to do isn't gonna help you. But there is some consolation feeling, like knowing that there's someone out there who's gone through the same and they survived it. So you also will survive it. One of the things that I have come to realize that makes us feel so anxious and you worry is we don't know how to deal with failure. Yeah. And failure is when you don't achieve something that you had planned or you expected to achieve, a goal, an objective. It doesn't go through the way you had planned. And it weighs you down. You should see it as a lesson, a lesson that you're supposed to learn. And how to learn that lesson is by accepting that things didn't go as you expected. The second thing you do is that pray about it. Yeah. Involve God in everything. And the third thing is that be courageous enough to go through and try and understand, like, where did you go wrong? When you understand where you went wrong, you'll be able to make a better move next time. And guess what? You will succeed next time. And the last point is let go. Go. Yeah. Christ came on earth to die for our sins because we are not perfect. No one is. It means that you are going to go wrong one way or the other. You will try things and they will fail. That is the world we're living in. So it doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human. So let go, put it behind you and move forward. Do better. Take the lessons learned and move forward. Sometimes when one door closes, another opens. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's actually true. I've seen it in my life. The moment I lost my job last year and I felt like everything is over and I had to move back home, even after 8 years of living on my own, I moved back home. I had to start thinking, and I started thinking about what can I do with my life. And guess what? I started working on all those projects that I had been postponing or procrastinating like for a lifetime. I am artistic, and when I was employed, I never had time for it. Like, I really wanted to do it. Like, everything in my mind was just telling me that I wanna do art, I wanna sing, I wanna draw. That's what I want to do. But I never had time for it. So I started working on it. I started working on those projects that you feel that you have been postponing, the drawing board, and replan, re-strategize. Maybe that's what that failure means, you know? And also assert yourself to the people you feel like maybe they have hurt you. Sometimes our interpretation of things are completely different from the intentions of others. Sometimes you can find that someone did something to you, and your interpretation of that thing is completely different from what the intention. So you can discuss something that has been bothering you with a person that you feel like hurt you, and you'll realize that the intentions were not as bad as they are in your mind, and you'll end up solving that issue. And even if you don't end up solving it, at least you will know where they place you in their lives, and you'll be able to make better decision and be able to trust better people in life. Talk about it. Find someone who you can tell everything. It can be your mom or even your journal. Write how you feel. If you feel like you don't have someone to talk to, write about it. Or talk to someone, your sister, or even go to therapy. Do you know going to therapy doesn't mean that there's something, like going to therapy doesn't mean you're crazy. We have the wrong interpretation about mental health, especially here in Kenya. Going to therapy will help you identify where you're stuck. They will not tell you what to do with your life. They will just help you or guide you into realizing where you're stuck, what you can do next. And you know what? Most of the answers are in your mind. Maybe you're just not brave enough or courageous enough to go through it or do it. What they do is that they just show you what your strengths are and how to handle your weaknesses. And there are good therapists here in Kenya. Some who you can even call if you don't want to go physically. And the first step starts with realizing that you need help. When you do, accept it. When you accept it, you'll be able to learn and know, like you'll be able to do something about it. And you can lie to every single person on earth, but you can't lie to yourself. You know how you feel inside. You can tell everyone that you're okay, but deep down you know you're not. And if therapy is really expensive, look for a mentor. Maybe your pastor, maybe someone in your life who is of a higher authority, a role model. We're told to look for someone older than you who you can hang out with. Look for someone like that. It can be a relative or an old friend. Ask them for lunch or coffee and then talk. and talk to them about it. You know, when I realized that I had anxiety last year, I went for therapy. And you know what it did? It just made me realize that I was stronger than I thought. And all that fear that I felt inside, all those things that I thought I couldn't do, they were all in my mind. All of them. And the things I've been able to accomplish afterwards, I will have been able to. So do it for yourself. Evaluate yourself every single day and then create a routine that is going to help you achieve your goals every single day and be okay with where you are at on that day. Whatever you're able to achieve on a daily basis, appreciate it. Whatever you're not able to accomplish, set it out for the next day. After all, you're only human. You're only human. There's just so much you can do. Try and appreciate the present. Appreciate the people that are around you. And you'll realize how peaceful that is. It's very peaceful. Until next time, I would like to wish you love, joy, and peace. All the love in the world. Have a lovely week.